This question is from Elisa Creer, and she said, "It seems as though UX teams are having to make decision about must-haves and nice-to-haves, functional roles or not. What are some of your thoughts on research operations as a necessity? Is it a must-have function for your teams now?" So she's asking about research operations, but I'm really opening up this question to what is important? Why are so many researchers and designers being let go? Is it means that we have no ROI? Are there nothing? Is there nothing to build? What's going on? Let's start with Christina.
Yeah, I'll definitely answer the question. I just want to point out too that I think that there's a couple questions that are upvoted higher than this question. No offense, I'm going to answer the question right now though. So I guess I would start off by saying there's there's mass layoffs happening around the industry, and it's impacting everyone across the board, not just researchers, right? Product engineers, and not just UX folks. When we look at UX, typically the ratios are lower, right, than the other job families. So there's less designers, there's less researchers, and of course there's less program managers to manage the research. And typically, when I've been in different companies, there's not a program manager for research, specifically research operations, unless there's a pretty good size design, at least design and research function already established. And so it does make it challenging to think about, you know, what that means for you in terms of your opportunity. Is the research operations role necessary? Definitely. I definitely think there's a need, particularly, like I said, when the teams are larger. I think even with smaller companies, but again, it goes back to if it's a startup and they can get a designer to be the PM and to Hank's point, and the researcher, they may do that because it goes back to the revenue and the impact, right, that the company has, especially in these type of macro economic conditions. But yes, there is a place for research operations. I think they are necessary. We have research operations team, and they are hugely important in terms of a lot of the mechanisms and the different types of events and the different types of creative formats and ways we like to showcase our research, not only to our direct partners, but also to leadership. And so they serve a purpose. They kind of extend our capacity to especially do the communication, socialization, to really activate our insights. And so there is a role for research operations. Now, I have seen research operations folks come in through other avenues or try to, potentially do a different role in the research team so that they can work into that role. So also that's something just to think about, especially in these times, if you're wanting to be a research operations, but there's some other role in the research team, that could be something you think about depending on where you are in your career in the research operations space. But there's definitely a need. And I think as things, improve, researchers, research operations, UX design will see more stability in the future.
Let's